Hi there, my name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts Podcast, and we have a very special returning champion. Nobody has ever even come close to the amount of times that he's been on this goddamn show, and nobody ever will be. Welcome back, Matt Holman.
Hey, thank you for getting my last name right, finally.
I know.
In the 5 years that we've known each other, you keep saying Holman, and I'm like, it's Holmany.
Yeah, it's like nobody says like, Albany, New York. It's Albany, New York.
Exactly. No one says Albany, New York.
My country, Holmany, sweet land of Holmany.
Let's all
I like
sing.
this parody.
Let's all sing together in Sweet Holmany. Well, we have to get this going.
I wish if I had 3 wishes, it'd be that. Never mind. Good.
Man,
there's nothing more I love than when
It was a
callback
to a Steve Martin sketch that probably nobody's ever seen. He says, if I had one wish, it would be that all the children of the world could gather together in sweet harmony. Then he's like, well, maybe if I had 2 wishes, it would be, and then he goes on this like personal stuff, and then he always ends with, and all the women and all the children gather in sweet harmony. Anyways, and I realized halfway through saying it that was a detour no one needed to go on.
Oh my God. Well, I was about to say, we need to hurry this interview up because full disclosure, Brian has a glider to sell.
Big business.
Yeah. And it's not, despite what you may be thinking, it is not like a Wright Brothers style glider like I thought it was.
It's not the cool kind of glider.
Yeah.
It's for old men who are into pigeons.
I mean, that sounds like what a Wright Brothers glider would be for.
It's to sit on and talk to passersby.
I mean, you could do that with a Wright Brothers glider. Not to say that you should have a Wright Brothers glider.
Oh, I'm saving up for one. Now that I know you can buy them on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh. All right, Holmany. How many times have you been on the Sexperts? Can you remember that?
I can't remember exactly, but
Brian,
I'm pretty sure this will be my 7th appearance or 6th appearance.
He's like, let me check the notches on my bedpost.
There's one that like depending on who you are, I came on as part of a group. So with Union of the Snake, which I'm sure everyone remembers.
Man, that was a long time ago.
I know.
Yeah, I think that was my first. I think that was my first Sexperts actually.
That's
Union
so cool. All right. Well, always glad to have you back. And I'll rip the Band-Aid off. I will spoiler alert this. Matt Holman has stuck with us through the pandemic. We really appreciate that. He's been in a lot of earprov.com shows, live stream till the vaccine. It's a little bittersweet because, well, not bittersweet. It's actually a fucking mitzvah because we're getting out of this thing.
And also because we're all turning 13.
I didn't think all 3 of us would survive.
I know.
Statistically, one of us was going to go.
Exactly.
I think me. I've got the most like preconditions and things like that. I think.
Yeah, but you're actually so much younger than both me and Brian.
Yeah, you're right.
So
maybe my youth would have offset that. Maybe we're all equally in trouble.
Yeah. We each have our own like COVID thing. The 3 of us combined we would have been toast like day one. But
I always felt I had Jesus on my side.
If you combined all of our COVID resistance, you'd have the worst Megazord.
Right. I make like bad decisions like socially, like with people I don't know. Like strangers in the park having sex and stuff. That's not good for a pandemic.
Wait, are you saying you've had sex with a stranger in the park?
Not in the pandemic, but I'm saying but anyways, let's go. All right.
Are you the one buying my glider?
What else have you been doing this pandemic? What else do you want to talk about?
I recently decided that I was going to set a goal for myself that I know I could accomplish.
Neat.
Because pretty much every other goal I set for the pandemic, I have let myself down on.
Aww.
So I am now watching. I found a playlist on YouTube of every Jake and Amir video from College Humor, all 700 of them. And
700?
I am watching that in order, beginning to end. But like the episode's only like 3 minutes a piece, so it works out to like and probably about 2,800 minutes. Which, if you divide that by 60, you'll get the number of hours. But I'm not good with math. So I set that goal for myself because I was like, listen, that's a goal I know I can accomplish. and I am about I think I'm 300 in about now, so I'm almost halfway there.
Expert question: what's a Zach and Miri, or what is this?
Jake and Amir? They were college humor people. Legends, yeah. And it's just like Jake is like a normal guy and Amir's like crazy.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But they're hard to explain, but I loved them when I was younger. Like they stopped making them about 6 years ago, but they basically made them pretty consistently from like 2004 to like 2011.
All right. Well, now I'm curious, and you don't have to beat yourself over the head over this, but what were some of the pandemic things that you didn't accomplish?
I had a few script ideas that I wanted to write. Never got around to that.
Okay.
Wanted to go and lose some weight. Actually, I did lose some weight. I lost 6 pounds.
Congrats,
I went to my doctor.
There you go.
But I also but hold on. Oh. But I also gained 5 pounds over the winter. So I've lost net gain of I've lost a pound.
Dude, if you come out of the pandemic even, you're a god.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
people when they see me, they're gonna be surprised. They'll be like, "Matt Cole let himself go." Not only
it's okay now. It's called thick. It's called thick now, and people like it.
That's just Jordan Burton.
I'm trying to think. I did have another one. Oh well, I did actually have a goal that I accomplished, and I'm actually going to try it again soon.
Okay.
April is National Poetry Month, and last year I did poem a day for 30 days.
Nice.
And then I'm going to try that again for this April.
Oh,
because I feel like that's something I can accomplish. So watching Jake and Amir, writing poetry.
What about being on every Drunkprov?
It's too late for that because I already missed one.
We'll let one slide. How about consecutive Drunkprovs? Because we did a Drunkprov and then we did a baked prov right after that, and then we went back to Drunkprov, which was a dumb idea. But
so the first month of Drunkprov was May 2020, right, or April 2020?
I think it was May because our first live stream was May 1st, which is coming up on the.
So I was part of the first Drunkprov cast. The legendary first Drunkprov where we all almost died. And then I wasn't there for June, but since July of last year, I have been in every Drunkprov.
June, we took it off for
okay, so then I wasn't there for July because I knew I wasn't in one.
Okay.
And so I wasn't there for July then, I think. But since August of last year, I have been in every Drunkprov. Yeah, I also realized recently it's the only time I drink anymore, which is, I think, interesting.
Well, that's a good thing. You know, that'll help. Yeah.
That's kind of why we do it, to reduce people's alcohol intake.
Look, I knock out all my drinking for the month in one night, and then I'm good for the rest of the month. I just ride that wave.
There's a lot of people that have woken up after Drunkprov and been like, I'm not drinking again for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I haven't even
myself included.
I haven't even seen, yeah, you were one of the, I haven't seen some people, they're like, oh my God, I can't wait to be on Drunkprov. And then they do one ear prov show and it's Drunkprov, and I haven't seen them since. Like, actually, maybe I should check on them. Maybe we should check on them. Oh, anyways, yeah, but we're all safe about that. By the way, anybody who's listening, Drunkprov is a fun show where we get people to donate, and depending on how much you donate and when you donate and how nice you are, we will drink. Actually, it doesn't matter how nice you are. You can be a fucking shithead, but you'll give us $100 to the Push Comedy Theater, and we will sing a drunken song and take a shot and do a full bongo and all this crazy shit. And I do regret sometimes that we ever thought of this, Brian, but it's our most successful show.
It was one of our first ideas too.
And at one point we actually, and I know you've had this thought as well, Brian. We were like, should we just get in the Drunkprov business? Like, should every weekend be Drunkprov?
Oh God, no. I couldn't keep that. I couldn't.
We could rent our services out to bachorette parties.
Actually, Brian,
that's actually not a bad idea.
That's actually okay. Never mind. We're doing this. Okay. Go on, Productions.
Just for those scoring at home, I've gotten 2 more inquiries about my glider since we've started recording. Bringing it up to 11 people tonight have seen a rusted glider on Facebook for $20 and been like, I want it.
That is, so I just posted the April schedule for Earprov, and that's 9 more people than are interested in any of our Earprov shows. So that's great. We are going play. By the way, you should definitely plug our show, like when you respond to them, Brian. Do you respond to them or you just no?
I respond with my signature. Chief Information Officer of earprov.com. And go on Productions.
Okay, let's
Chief Brand Officer of whatever we're gonna end up calling it.
So Matt, I think you need to get back in the podcast business. And for those who are listening, like, what does Matt Cole mean? Well, you obviously didn't listen to the Johnny September Takeover, you slut, and listen to it right now because that was a really great
Evergreen episodes.
Evergreen.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was good. And if you do want to listen, no one's going to call you a slut if you do or do not listen to the Johnny September Takeover.
Can't take it back. Just like you weren't in all drunk provs. Can't take it back.
So I'm working on a pandemic goal that I had.
What is it?
Was to take all the Johnny September episodes and cut out all the John Wharton pieces and make Holman only episodes, Holman and guests. And I'm about halfway through the catalog.
I feel like if you take out the parts where it's John talking, it's only going to be about 3 minutes long.
It's mostly you laughing.
or just me giving plugs, because that was my responsibility, was making sure that we got the stuff in the front out of the way, the stuff in the back out of the way.
Yep. As producer, I'll tell you, that was something that John Regan was not that great at. We tried it once and it didn't work out. He ended up. I
can't remember which episode it was, but I remember the one time we were like, yeah, okay, this is what you're going to say at the end. And he's like, got it. And then we got to the end of the podcast and we all just looked at him and he looked back at us and
and then he winked. He was like, I don't know. I did like nonverbal. I guess that was wrong.
It was funny.
I've now gotten 12 inquiries for the glider. I've been on dating apps for a year and never gotten 12 inquiries.
Can I talk about the podcast idea that I pitched to Matt that I really want to do?
Yeah, and then we'll do it.
Okay.
Right after this.
Awesome. So it's called Matt's on McConaughey. And it's going to be me and Matt Cole. I heard a clip from Matthew McConaughey's biography, and he read like his own audiobook. And it sounds insane. And I want to do a chapter by chapter listen where we do listen to a chapter and then we talk about it. And then we listen to a chapter, we talk about it. So Matt's on McConaughey coming soon.
I fucking love that. What do you think? What do you think, Matt? I think I like it. Hey, y'all want to play the bongos? Oh, Matthew McConaughey's in here right now. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. We already got, that's the goal, is to get him. It's like in You Talking U2 to Me, where they eventually got U2 to be on. Like, that's the goal. We do Matt's on McConaughey. Yeah. Once we get Matthew McConaughey, shut it down.
I know. And it's like the guy who made the Obama and Springsteen podcast. Eventually he actually got Obama and Springsteen to talk. So that was great. All right.
You know the term humble brag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do a humble shout out?
Sure.
Okay.
I want to shout out the fans and friends and families of Earprov and Go On Productions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at Matt's post from today where we raised $3,561 for Push Comedy Theater, $255 for Food Bank of Southeast Virginia, and $200 for the Push Diversity Scholarship, all through the miracle that is live streaming.
Yeah.
That's beyond generous, people. If you're out there listening to this, thank you so much for supporting what we're doing. I hope you've gotten some enjoyment out of it. But even if you haven't,
thank you for the money.
We've created some real good, out of having a great time. So thank you all.
Yeah, no, that's a great. Thank you, Brian. You're not just.
I just like the idea of people. Just people donating, hoping that if they give us enough money, we'll stop.
Right. Yeah. It only makes it go.
Life was a lot easier when they were in that building. Now they're coming into my house.
They're on YouTube. They're on Twitch. I can't get anywhere without seeing them.
Well, thank you for mentioning that, Brian. It's been a blast. And you know what? These two guys in the room right here, we couldn't have done without either of them.
Oh,
Matt, as far as a performer, and Brian being the guy to telling my ideas sucked or were good sometimes. And also, Brian, I wanted to mention that a lot of that money, we actually raised a shit ton for your roast because people really like you, apparently. And for your birthday, we roasted you and toasted you. And I did match some of the money, so that's why it was a lot.
I want to humble shout out myself.
Yeah, I do regret giving that amount of money, but it's all for a good cause.
Hey, people get swept up in a roast of me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything
Speaking
else?
of which, I want to unlist those videos.
That's a good idea. Oh, that one that Bobby Mercer said. Oh,
I
my
still
God.
need to watch it.
Bobby should want me to
yet.
unlist that.
Yeah. Oof.
I heard that Bobby really took you to task.
No, it wasn't me, really. I mean, I was the butt of the joke, but nah.
It was more about society in general. All right.
Wow.
Anything else you want to plug or put out there in the world, Matt Holmany?
No. If anyone wants to hang out, you can find me on Facebook at Matt Holman. I'm just kicking around, doing stuff, cracking wise. Oh, I also have a poetry website.
Oh,
if you like to read poetry, some of it's comedic, but most of it's serious. But then also you might find it comedic. Because it's so serious. So anyway, it's called poetryoverdose.com. You can find me on the interwebs. I've posted some stuff recently I'm actually really happy with. So,
well, that's fucking awesome. And for those of you who caught that I couldn't decide if I want to say nice or neat, and I said niece, fuck you. All right, you got me.
I thought you were just talking about your favorite vacation spot in France.
Don't get Brian started on puns and shit. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're always glad to have you back. And check out Matt Holman on Drunkprov, the drunkest fucking show on earth on earprov.com. Second Fridays. And go to, what is it, Poetry Extreme? What is it? .com?
Poetry Overdose.
Oh, yeah. I was close. I was going to go
Poetry dash rad.
Don't go to Poetry Extreme. That's my arch enemy.
Patrick C. Taylor's
Yes, poetryoverdose.com if you're curious about reading some of my poems and telling me if they're bad or not bad.
All righty. We are on to the episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.